Over the last couple of weeks, we've been hearing rumours through the grapevine. Don't know how true they are.
I don't think it's going to be a massive shock, but there's a couple of people who in Strongman community who are talking about starting the union, a Strongman Union. They probably feel that there needs to be one to protect strongmen some sort of rights or help them to get
further something, whatever,
better pay, better conditions, better, I don't know,
whatever it could be,
whatever it is. Yeah. So the issue with that would be that first of all, there's good few organizations when it comes to strongmen. So we have the major ones. We have Arnold Classic, we have World's Strongest Man, Giants Live,
Rogue Invitational, Brian Shaw Classic as well. And there's and we don't know like how far would you go with that union? Or you include the amateur people as well in the union? After that, then you have sort of slightly smaller shows. So you have the likes of, say, Magnus for Magnuson Classic, Ireland's Strongest Man, England's Strongest Man, just a national Strongest Man. But then further down from that again, you have like local strongman competitions. So for anyone that's, say, on Facebook and the likes of that, you can get onto strongman communities and they post up their own local shows. It might only be in an area, like a village or a town or something, so you can invite people like there as well as part of the strongman community. Even though they're lower tiers on the ladder, they're still technically part of the community.
We actually on the way back we spoke to the guy who used to be the main guy in
Canada's Strongest Man,
and now it's actually Jeff Caron runs the whole thing, and like you have to talk to him as well. It's like, is he okay with being unionized? So I don't know if there's a need for strongmen to have that union, because I think the sport is moving in the right direction.
It's in a great place at the moment compared to what it was, say, 10 years ago. From stories I hear from the likes of you.
Like because of me, like now I heard like if you get injured, even like the certain federations cover your hospital bills, which is which is awesome. Before, if you get injured, you need a surgery, that's your problem. You're gonna go home and you're gonna try to sort that out. I know a couple of guys even went, for example, Matis Belchak. He tore his biceps, and I think he's from Slovenia, and he had to go even to Latvia to get his biceps reattached because he knew Diana Zagiris. Again, so like strongmen working together to get their injuries sorted. But would be the union's purpose in strongman sport?
It's hard to know.
I don't know,
because we did talk about this like together. We did like bounce ideas off each other. So we're talking about probably the main thing is money. Yeah. But if you're talking money, like what was Brian Shaw said, $100,000 for first place he kept for his show.
The prize pool was 200,000, right?
Yeah, but first place was 100,000.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and that was going up as well because it had a silent auction. Okay. He mentioned it in the speech at the very end, so he had to update that, so it could have been more. As well as that, you have Rogue Invitational. They give 140,
115, 120 something in that.
Arnold Classic gives 70, 80.
70, between 70, 75, I think.
What's World's Strongest Man?
I think with all the sponsorship again, I think it's like £60,000, maybe £70,000.
Giants Live gives 30 per win.
That's, I think, recently it went up to 30 a win.
Yeah, so you're talking still good money. Now these are for the winners. Yeah, but like, how do you go further and say, right, I want more money? But what's
for what? For the guys who place lower?
For the lower, for the higher guys?
Because there is a, like, especially with Arnold Classic, so the winner gets, let's say, 70,000, and then the second place, I think it goes all the way down to like 22.
Yeah, it more than halves.
Yeah, so when it comes to Brian Shaw competition, I believe the divide is
it's tighter.
It's tighter. Yeah. So there isn't such a big gap between the winner and the second, third, and fourth and fifth place, which, in my opinion, it's kind of, yes, the winner has to get a bit more.
Yeah, to make him the winner.
But like if you, let's say, winning 70,000 and then the second place gets only 20,
it's a big. It is a massive jump.
Yeah, it's a big difference in my opinion. A bit too much of a difference, like, you know.
But if the sponsors are not going to give the extra bit of money, or you can't accumulate that amount of money.
Yeah, again.
So then what happens? Does 70 grand come down to 40 grand?
Maybe again, the main sponsor wants to give all their purse to the guy who's the best in that specific in any specific competition. So maybe that's the deal that they have with the sponsors, or not the sponsors, with the organizers, like, you know. So it's so what's the purpose of union would be, I don't know. And again, so that means they have to be a governing bodies.
Yeah.
And is it, who are they? Are they going to be elected by who? Or
are they going to be elected? Are they going to be kind of, we'll start it up and we'll just make our own group? So the main people that want to start it, are they going to make their own group and say, right, we're the CEOs, we're the chair people?
Yeah.
And then like after a certain amount of years, they're going to say, right, we'll vote in someone new.
Yeah.
Or we'll just give it to someone else. Like,
it sounds very messy.
Is there membership fees?
Yeah.
Is
like, for example, NBA has players union, right?
Yeah.
So, and Chris Paul, I think LeBron James is in it.
Yeah, Chris Paul was one of the main guys to kind of get him into the dome in Disney World.
Right.
When they were doing, say, in the lockdowns.
So, but we're talking about something that's worth like billions. Such a big organization. And they probably do need a union as such because there's so much money involved. But with Strongman, we're not there yet, and second of all, it's not really a team sport either. So, who are they gonna? So, union would fight with who and for what? Will they fight with Rogue Invitational? If
will
you're gonna,
will they fight with the organizers, or will they fight with a certain federation?
Yeah, that they need more money from Rogue, and Rogue, like, they're gonna say, look, no, we give what we give. If you're not happy, we're just gonna cut the ties with it, and that's it. And the Strongman is like. The Rogue will just keep going towards CrossFit, which is, I think, for them it's a bigger.
It's very profitable. For them,
bigger sport because they sell a lot more equipment to the CrossFit gyms.
Bigger prize money.
Yeah,
the whole lot.
Yeah, so you're risking that as well. If you're gonna push Rogue towards a different, like, put too much pressure on them, they're gonna say, look.
We'll fight back.
Yeah, we don't want anything to do with you. Okay, fine, we're leaving Strongman sport just to whoever wants to take it over, and that's a big risk. And Arnold Classic, again, they completely different organization as well. What you're gonna try negotiate with them?
Yeah, not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen again. They're gonna say, well, we're pulling the
plug. Yeah, we'll put money into bodybuilding. We'll put it into the expo.
Or they're gonna say we're gonna invite other athletes who are not part of the union.
Yeah, unionizing things can be very difficult because companies, whether they like it or not, don't like unions.
Yeah,
because a union to them doesn't mean they can put their own ideas forward straight away, because they have to negotiate.
They have to go through the union, they decide, and they come back, and there's always
negotiation, and it can last for a long time.
Yeah, it gets really complicated. So I don't think that strongman sport needs a union per se now. I think they're doing pretty well from talking to them, to all the strongmen, and I think they're happy enough where what direction sport is going.
Yeah.
And even Brian Shaw said it, like he
wants to leave it in a good spot, and I like Brian's, like, I know I say it, but Brian's speech after the Shaw Classic, like one of the 3 speeches that he made, the 3 15-minute long speech. I don't know how he did so much talking.
I think on the third one he was really like, I really need to think.
I'm running out of words. But he said himself that when he came into the sport, it was a different place.
Yes.
And his main thing that he said to himself is that he wanted to leave it in a better place. Mm-hmm. And I feel with the likes of the Shaw Classic, with like everything we've seen backstage, like they had full food, like they had a canteen there, like they had snacks out for everything, they had a perfect warm-up area. They had people there doing massages. Like, the place wasn't too cold, it wasn't too hot. Mm-hmm. Like, and they had their own private area. No one can kind of get in there other than like Diamond members and whoever people bought tickets. But it was like so perfectly chill, like we said. Mm-hmm. Everything was perfect for what Strongman
I think vast, like probably at the highest, let's say Arnold Classic is pretty much the same.
World's Strongest Man.
Yeah, so.
And to be fair, we did say this to Strongmen that have been there, and they've said the same thing, is that like they have said that everything is like this, everything is perfect. This is the way it should be, if you know what I mean. The
standard is pretty good when it comes to athletes. Like so that said, again, I don't know what they're going to fight for. What's their main fighting point? Now, if it comes to money, we have done a video in the past. It was to do with Luke Richardson talking about what actual finances are like in strongman. That's a different situation altogether. That comes down to your level in the strongman industry. Like if I went into strongman now, like I shouldn't be expecting to win 30,000, 40,000. No, you have to work your way up. Yeah, you have to get a name. You have to get up to the pro level. Now, when you get to the pro levels, then you can. That's it. So you don't need a union. You can actually contact organizers yourself and tell them, like, if let's say for the argument's sake, if Mitch Hooper gets even bigger At some point,
Yeah, he's after blowing up on the scene. In
so
last year.
at some point, these Stallman brothers as well. Like at some point, they can say, right, do you want me show up in such and such competition? Pay me more.
Yeah, so
pay me on top of the on top of my prize money.
I think the perfect example now, well, other than his injuries, Hafthor Bjornsson.
Yeah.
If you wanted to get Hafthor Bjornsson back into strongman, you're gonna have to break the bank.
Yes.
Because he is a big name.
Yeah.
He's got big sponsors. Like he was a phenomenal strongman.
Yeah.
Like what was he? 6'10", 6'9", 6'10", over 200 kilos. Like, and he world's strongest man.
Yeah.
Could have won it multiple times. Like there was so much in it.
Yeah.
And even when he went to the boxing, like he went to do the powerlifting again, and then he got injured. But even before that, you can see his following is huge.
So appearance money, it's like can be negotiated individually.
Yeah. So the strongman, like the union, not really. Like it's if strongman was all mid-tier athletes.
Yeah.
And like the bigger competitions.
I just don't know like how far would you go again with union. Is like again like I said it before. Is it you stick with the professional athletes just, or you're gonna go beyond that?
Yeah.
If you're going beyond that, wow, it's gonna get really big and messy, because you have to go through so many people to get the outcomes and for the better of the athletes.
Said likes of Evan Singleton, Trey Mitchell, all them were up in there. Brian Shaw was up in the top of the union, and even people 20 tiers down the ladder, like me, if I just enter strongman, it's like, oh, I want to be part of the union. Like, am I going to be looked after the same as the pro level athletes?
No.
Am I going to be or anything I want to be considered going to be considered?
Yeah.
Like, how does it work? Do I pay the same amount of money that they pay?
It just I at the moment I don't think that strongmen need that.
No.
There is no need. The sport is in a pretty good position. Can it get bigger? I hope it can.
Especially the biggest thing I think that happened in strongman was Rogue Invitational.
Yeah.
Was Rogue coming in 2 years ago. Rogue Invitational, the prize money that came in with, like, once you get over the 100 grand mark, like that's when it's starting to get big.
But like I said, at the moment, I think strongman sport is fine and there is no need for a union.
So that's our take on the possibility of a strongman union. Let us know in the comment section down below what you think. We'd love to get some great ideas on what you think. Like, I think there's going to be multiple different angles that people are going to come from looking at this.
Maybe we're
really just overthinking it.
Yeah, maybe overthinking, or maybe we just can't see the real benefits of the union. Maybe one of the commentators can, I don't know, give us a better perspective on would be the benefits of the union.
Yes. Like always, if you have made it this far in the video, make sure to press the like button. Like I was saying, make sure to comment. If you're not subscribed, make sure to press the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, make sure to press the bell icon. It'll keep you up to date with everything Lalas Brothers. We'll see you in another video.
See you later, guys.